Getting pretty good at timing that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of the Quarantine Diaries.
1 week
As
down.
usual, yeah, 8. As usual, I'm joined by my co-host Connor. Connor, how are you?
I'm all right.
That's good. I'm terrible myself. On the line, we have a very special guest. I can't
First
believe
time guest.
we got Chris Ward on the line. Chris Ward, how are
Hello.
you?
Thanks for having me.
Always a
great
pleasure.
Yes. So thanks for having
How's
me here.
Florida?
Beautiful Florida. Oh, it's gorgeous down here. Corona's barely got here yet. So
Really? That's exciting.
That
Still
is
working,
exciting.
still at the beach.
Are you still able to go to the golf course and stuff?
Oh yeah, I work there every day.
Wow, look at
We're
you.
Still open for business.
Ward has survived the Johnstown flood and countless
Yeah.
hurricanes. He's not worried about little.
Yeah, we're not worried about it. Quarantine. What's a quarantine, man?
Yeah, that's not in his vocabulary.
Nothing, dude.
But in today's segments, just dive right into them. Let's get the career question out of the way. Ward, since you don't watch our show because you're an asshole,
Yeah.
This question, it's called the career question. I asked two questions. Who has had the better career between these two people, and who do you think will have the better career? So let's go with the first career question. Who do you think is going to have the best career of these three players? We're going to rank them.
Okay.
Wow.
Prides of New York, Dan Jones, Sam Darnold, and R.J. Barrett.
Oh man. R.J. Barrett too.
He's fishing for RJ Barrett compliments.
I am.
Offense, huh? He's got a.
I go Darnold, Barrett, Jones. The thing is, though, I think Darnold and Barrett are the best, but they play for just two shit teams. But
I think
the Giants are like a shit team now, too.
Yeah, that's true. But I'd say Jones over Darnold.
Ooh, interesting.
Hey, I like Darnold a lot. I like Jones, too, though.
Yeah, I don't know about Darnold. There's something about him.
It's that he's ugly.
It's on the Jets.
I don't have any stats backing it up, but there's just something about it. I think Dan Jones.
It's that he's ugly. Quarterbacks need to have good looks, therefore confidence, therefore be a good quarterback. And he's just hideous to look at. My ranking for the record, though, goes against what I just said. I'm Sam Darnold 1, RJ Barrett 2,
Yes, God. Yes.
Dan Jones 3.
Yes.
I didn't want to give it to him, but that's the correct order.
Yes.
Darnold's in third.
All right. And now, who do you think had the better career? Because I'm assuming both of their careers are over at this point. Adam Banks or Happy Gilmore?
Oh man. Adam Banks, he had some injuries, so you got to go with Happy Gilmore, man. That guy.
See, I feel like Happy may have flamed out though, pretty
way.
quickly.
See, we don't know. That one's tough. That's more of a who do you think would have had the better career? Because both of them just got started in their infancy, and that's all we have documentation of.
Yeah, hey, you can play golf until you're 90, dude. Especially with a long ball like that. And he just learned how to putt. Okay?
Happy did just learn how to putt.
He just learned how. Imagine with a full career of knowing how to putt.
This is true.
See, I love Adam Banks. I think it's Happy Gilmore.
Okay, I'm going Adam Banks.
He's a great player. But the injuries, they just worry me.
All right, I'll be in the minority here. I'm fucking here.
Actually,
And
I have some stuff whenever you're ready to let me go.
No, you go, Kyle.
Okay. So we still are establishing our brand as a podcast. I have some more fors and against for today, if you want to get the list out, Connor.
Fuck. All right. Wasn't prepared for this. All right, here we go.
Okay, I thought of some pros actually. I've been super negative today, so way more against. But pro dabbing. We're a pro dabbing podcast through and through. We haven't mentioned that yet.
Especially Ed Orgeron doing it,
Yes.
Go Tigers.
In the battle of Truly and White Claw, I think we're clearly a White Claw podcast. I have a fridge full of those.
Yep.
That's fine. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I like Truly's, but White Claws work.
And then Adam Sandler movies, even the shitty ones. Like, I watched That's My Boy today, and that one gets killed all the time. It's fucking hilarious. It's such a good movie. Rex Ryan makes an appearance.
Are we including Coach O to this list, as Ward said? I think it probably should.
Yeah, you got a cat.
This is a Coach O podcast.
Connor, we put Coach O on the very first episode of the audio podcast, I'm pretty sure.
Love it.
Well, I know we put Booger on. I don't know if we put.
Oh, that's true. Okay, well, just to be official, Coach O.
All right, let's get the negativity out of the way now.
Well, besides everything and everyone, I have a couple. Having to poop whenever you get out of the shower just wastes everybody's time.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, I can't believe this hasn't been brought up, but cyclists. Cyclists are a big enemy of mine. And then,
Can I just say bike riders?
Huh?
Can I say bike riders?
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing.
Same.
I'm against Facebook. Just went on there on accident today. That was a mistake.
Okay.
And people who play the lottery. Number one, very underrated enemy of mine. Just hate everybody who wastes a lot at the gas station. I have several more that I thought of because I just had a shitty day today, but I'll save those for tomorrow.
Okay. Now I want to pick up your spirits a little bit. Ward, you'll like this segment.
Okay.
So it's one of our top 10s. So for our very first pod, second episode, Kyle had the most overrated list. Today I'm going with the most underrated list.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
Number 10, we're going with former quarterback, now reality TV star, Jay Cutler. Number 10.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was a better quarterback than he got credit for. He just didn't give a fuck, but that's kind of cool.
That's kind of what Big Ben does, and everybody loves him. He just throws it up for his receivers to go get it.
But
and
he
Jay
wins Super
Cutler's the
Bowls,
same
too.
way.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Well,
But he's since transitioned to reality TV star, and I like a rocket-armed quarterback, sue me. Number 9, I think giraffes are very underrated. Everyone goes to the zoo. You go to the lions, the tigers, the gorillas, the rhinos, the monkeys. Everyone just sleeps on giraffes. I fucking love giraffes.
Can I add an underrated zoo creature as well?
It can be They're not at the Pittsburgh Zoo, though.
I know, that makes them underrated.
What'd you say?
Hippos.
Oh, hippos. Okay.
Number 8, Ryan Howard from The Office.
Yes.
I love Ryan. He's so fucking funny. Number 7, Robin. Batman's Robin. He did all the dirty work, but never got all the glory. It was all Batman.
Yeah, he's kind of a bitch too, though. Like, it's fucking Batman. Come on.
Connor, I really like that one because he gets shit on all the time, and he does stuff.
Yeah, like they're both not really superheroes. They're just running around in sights. But I don't hate that because I would too if I was a billionaire. Number 6. This was a 6A, 6B. Gridiron Gang and We Are Marshall, 2 criminally underrated football movies that deserve more recognition.
Oh, yeah.
5, Layup.
The Rock.
5, Layup. They count the same as dunks. It's true. Like, tell me I'm wrong.
They're super underrated for that reason.
4, this is a personal one for me. Long car rides by yourself. I used to do them all the time, like going to and from Pittsburgh, South Carolina, and I loved it. You just listen to whatever music you want. You have just all your thoughts. It was great. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, that's definitely a personal one. Sure.
I completely agree.
Oh my god, I hate long car rides.
I did like a consistent Michigan to Pittsburgh trip for like a year, and it was the best time I've ever had. I knew like every rest stop along the way. Nice.
You guys are wild, man. You guys are wild.
Number 3, making out. It's awesome, and it just doesn't get the credit it deserves. That's why it's underrated.
I did not see that one coming.
Like, you banged this girl? Like, no, but I made out with her, and she's still pretty hot. Like, that's kind of cool.
It's a rush.
It's true, man. Like, making out still gets the juices going. Number 2, the most slept on holiday in the world, Labor Day. It's the best.
Couple of guys just got together and decided to make a day off for everybody. True heroes.
It's like right as summer's ending. It's like, fuck, gotta go back to school. Like, all this shit. Nope. Just have this Monday. Just have this Monday off.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
And then what happens the following Sunday? NFL's back.
There you go. That's big time. Things to look forward to.
Finally, I have 2 tied for 1. One was a late addition. Number 1, I feel like birthdays are kind of underrated. Like, as you get older, you're like, it kind of sucks. This blows. Like, 21's kind of your last good birthday, but it feels good when people tell you happy birthday on your birthday. It's your special day.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I I think that one's a little high for number one. I do think they're underrated. The problem is, like, as you get older, people genuinely don't care anymore. Like, even if it's your birthday.
I still like getting a nice happy birthday text. I won't apologize for that.
It's nice, but I agree. Number one may be a little bit high.
And number one, this one's kind of a somber one. Sports. They're gone, and I miss them. I feel like we may have taken them for granted. It sucks. Yeah. And now they're gone, and I just feel like they're never coming back.
No, I think that's our fault, because as a society, we've just turned into First Take, where everybody just bickers all the time, and now sports are gone, and we deserve it. It's our fault.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and now they're under. Who'd have thought?
No, March Madness sucks.
But now on to the big segment today.
Connor, that's a good list. I really like that one.
Well, let's pick the spirits back up. So yesterday, Kyle's top 10. It was the 10 worst endings, correct?
Yes.
So today we decided to each pick 5 movies and change their endings, whether it's good or bad. And I would like to start, actually.
Okay.
This movie hasn't come out yet. I'm changing the ending to Space Jam 2. I already know I hate it. Because it's going to be LeBron, like, hitting the game-winning shot, doing something good. Now, I've actually scrapped the entire movie, to be quite frank with you. Here's what happens. LeBron gets busted for insider trading, some good white-collar crime. Adam Silver and Nike both try to cover up for him. That doesn't work, so everyone goes down. And it's the day of they're playing the Monstars, and it's like, fuck, what's going to happen? Klay Thompson and Dame Lillard, who are apparently in the movie, are like, we don't fucking care. And then both drop 60 and save the world because they're the coolest.
I love it. That's way better than whatever ending they're going to put out.
I know.
Yeah, you're right. Wait.
All right, Ward, you're up.
Especially Klay. All right, let's go with number one. We're going to start with Batman.
Which one?
The last Batman of the 3 with Bale in it.
Okay, all right.
Interesting.
And you know why I say that? One crucial part for this one, though.
Let's hear it.
Is how Bane dies. Like, come on. We have Catwoman just busting through a wall and taking him out. No. We need a dukes up battle to the death between Batman and Bane.
Like on top of a building.
Yeah, like something. Like even in that last scene where he's like in it, you can't have just somebody crash through the wall and take out Bane. Like he doesn't go out that easy.
No, I like that, Ward.
Chris, I really love that.
I like that.
That's probably the one major point of that movie that I would change.
I like that.
Yeah, because he was like the main bad guy for so long, and sure, like plot twist and everything, but they totally marginalized him at the end.
Marginalized the shit out of him. It's like, it's all this girl. Like, I don't care. She wasn't in it. She just banged Batman. Like, come on.
So my first one's not that serious, and it's not that deep, but I've seen the Twilight movies. I don't know if you guys have or whatever.
I haven't, but that's fine. Hey, this is a judgment-free zone.
Judge-free zone. It's a judgment.
Okay. I just thought it would be pretty hilarious if the Twilight movie ended with Jacob and Edward just like having some beers, laughing about how they got some stupid girl to sleep with them because they pretend to be werewolves. That'd be a great plot twist ending.
Great plot.
Was that Kristen Stewart?
Yes.
Did she sleep with both of them?
Yes.
Little minx.
Right.
I like that, Kyle. You know what? It's a curveball. It's a curveball.
Just they end up being boys and fuck that girl.
For my next movie, I'm actually going to go off of Ward, and I am going to change The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Because I didn't like the Joker's ending. They kind of just left him dangling there. It's kind of bullshit. It's arguably the best movie performance of all time. And I know Heath Ledger dies, but this hypothetical, he does not die.
Yep.
I feel like he should have gotten away and teamed up with Bane in the last one. And then eventually he dies, but he deserved a more fitting ending than the one he got. Oh no, just Bugman.
I agree.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yep, that sucks.
Let's hear it, Ward.
Okay, next one is I think it's a good movie ending, but it's just devastating, and I don't want to cry like this to a dog movie. And that's the end of Marley and Me.
Chris, this is mine.
That was devastating end to that movie. Like, we do not need to see that in theaters. It's a great end. Feel good story turns into all the family love and all that stuff. But you always hate to see a cute pup pass. So you got to change that. Is that on there?
I don't know if you can see my phone. It says Marley and Me. Owen Wilson dies instead.
No! Don't kill Owen Wilson. He doesn't deserve that.
Somebody has to die for the emotional payoff at the end of the movie, and I'd rather him than the dog.
Okay.
All right, that's fine.
Man, terrific to yours. I was going a more happy route, but.
So mine mostly involve people dying or not dying. It's pretty much the biggest game changer. I don't know how big of Star Wars guys you are, but like I know the three that like we grew up with were not that good. But
like episode 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, they were good at the time. But
I'm fond of episode 1. I saw that in theaters.
Mm-hmm. But the big thing is, in these ones, I wish Darth Maul didn't die in the very first one. He's probably the coolest character in the entire thing. And I'm pretty big into, like, the cartoon one, the Clone Wars. And after he dies in that, he comes back. So I just kind of want him to come back and just fuck things up some more for everybody on the light side. I would have loved that.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he is. He's sweet. I also would have done without Liam Neeson dying because Liam Neeson was pretty sweet. But I'd definitely bring back Darth Maul for sure.
Yes.
For my next one, it's not so much an ending, but sort of how the franchise itself. And that's Jurassic Park. Okay. I love Jurassic Park for the record. It's not that I don't love dinosaurs running around. I don't even think that's the most unrealistic part. The most unrealistic part is that these movies aren't rated R. That's the craziest fucking part of this entire thing. Like, you mean to tell me, like, these raptors and T-Rexes aren't, like, killing more people? And for the love of God, one of those motherfucking kids they've cast in any of those movies had to have died. Like, in the first one, that little fucking rat kid who's, like, hopping to the door as they're, like, a raptor has him chomped in 2 bites. That's absurd.
And holding the door back behind him. Like, that thing.
Yeah.
Run that thing over.
Those kids are dead in 2 seconds flat. 2 seconds flat. So I just think they need to be rated R. Like, don't get me wrong. Again, I love Jurassic Park. It's great. Just make them rated R and kill more people.
Yeah.
How many Jurassic Parks were there?
I think there's 6.
Is there 6?
So.
Oh, 5. The 6. They're filming the 6, or they were until coronavirus.
I think the big point of all these is there should have just been one. After one dinosaur movie where everything goes wrong, the world should have come together and just been like, all right, guys, this isn't fucking working out. Like, we can clearly not handle all these dinosaurs.
See, I thought the first one with Chris Pratt was really good. I thought that was awesome.
I did too. I'm just saying from a logical perspective.
I think they should have done the first one, the one with Chris Pratt, and then maybe the one they're about to do now. Because the second Chris Pratt one I didn't like too much.
Yeah, it was kind of boring. I didn't really like that one either. First one was very good, though. And
first
you know what?
Awesome.
It might be logical, but you can't take out all the dinosaurs, man. You gotta keep that T-Rex around.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nige, what you got?
There's no fun in logic.
So this one, I was doing some research today, so I was kind of looking up bad movie endings, all these things. And this is a throwback one. This is one of the OG Disney movies, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I'm already in for it. Yeah. Let's hear it.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, great movie, feel-good story, ends on a high note. But the problem I have a problem with is that the girl in the movie ends up banging the other dude. Okay? Isn't Hunchback of Notre Dame supposed to get a little something? I understand you got to go for the good-looking guy, but, Notre Dame's got to get some tail at the end.
Right.
He just saves the day, man. And he's just watching all happy as this girl goes off with this other guy he's been fiending over this whole time. And that's how it's going to go out.
Yep.
Esmeralda, low-key, one of the hotter Disney females.
For sure.
Because
So
she's
Very
not
it's like
princess, she's a fucking
hunchback,
gypsy.
but
The only thing that I have to say that I like about the ending is that it's kind of it gives kids like a proper dose of reality where it's like
that's good.
happy endings are only for good-looking people.
I like the gargoyles.
I did too. They're awesome.
Was badass, though.
I like the gargoyles.
Hunchback's a very underrated Disney movie.
That's what we'll take from this.
It's a little heavy for a Disney movie, though, because, like, back when it came out, they say, like, hell and stuff. And that was a big deal in the 90s.
Oh, man.
Especially for a young Connor Hazelton.
Yeah, it's crazy going back and watching that one, for sure.
And they, like, wanted to burn her alive.
Yeah, dude. They had, like, a full 5-minute song about it.
Yeah. And I'll admit, the part where they're, like, throwing shit at Quasimodo is kind of a tough watch. It's pretty uncomfortable. Like, they're spinning him around in the middle of the townspeople, just whipping shit at him.
I guess
I
you
don't
can't
like
ugly face. That's all there is to it.
I don't like that.
I like that a lot.
All right, Kyle, you're up.
So I just watched this one today, and I don't think you should change the ending of it because the ending was awesome. But I kind of want like an alternate ending too. It's 21 Jump Street.
Channing Tatum one.
Yeah, super great movie. Very funny throughout. Like this is kind of the tail end of Jonah Hill's peak or whatever he went through. But
name with Channing Tatum too. What's he been in that's been good? Nothing.
I don't know.
Yeah, not much, I guess.
Carry on. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
So, have you guys seen the movie relatively recently? Do you know the ending?
I know Johnny Depp gets shot.
That's the part I'm talking about. So, like, they're all in there. It's Rob Riggle and then the biker gang, and then Johnny Depp reveals himself as like undercover for the biker gang. I just kind of wanted the biker gang to all rattle off and all be undercover from different agencies along with him. And then rest Rob Riggle.
Now, would you want it to be like a big celebrity, like all these big celebrity cameos, like in Anchorman 2, The Fight, like Will Smith comes in and stuff like that. So people are pulling their mask off and it's like Matt Damon or something like that.
Yes, that was pretty much the exact ending that popped into my head today. So that warms my heart that you thought the same thing. I mean, it does end well, but at the same time, it was just like a goofy comedy movie. It'd be fitting for it to end in a goofy comedy way. That's
true. And Johnny Depp has one of the best lines in that movie. Tough titties, I fucked her too. That's he's in it for 3 minutes and he's got that line, dude. It's so good.
Steals the show.
All right. My next movie. This one, the last two are sort of similar how I'd change them, but I'm gonna go with the one that could upset the masses. Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Like
I was
this.
thinking about
Love
this one
this.
too.
I would have changed the ending too, Connor.
Yeah, I was thinking about this one too.
He should not have gotten with Jenny. Jenny.
Yeah, she's a bitch, dude.
She is a bitch, man. Like he was nothing but nice to her for their entire lives, and she played him the entire time, mean to him, and like, yes, she died, so there's the poetic justice there, but why does she get to birth his kid? Fuck that. He's Forrest fucking Gump. He just ran across the entire country. He can bang whoever the hell he wants. Someone certainly nicer than you, Jenny, you crack-whored hippie.
Did she die of AIDS?
She did.
Yeah.
Good, rightfully so.
Why does the kid have AIDS?
Because it's the spawn of Forrest, and Forrest wasn't allowed to have AIDS.
Well, they didn't say specifically. I guess he would know earlier. But yeah, why does he have to raise the AIDS baby? Like,
I didn't even consider that he is stuck with the baby now.
Yeah, she's a bitch. She's going off banging every dude, and then once she gets AIDS, she wants to settle down. Like, come on. That's just weird.
Is that a plot hole? Does the baby not have AIDS? Is that like not a topic of discussion?
I don't think they really talk about it.
They don't. They definitely don't bring it up.
Mm-mm.
So, Down syndrome plus AIDS equals perfectly nice kid.
Yeah, exactly. Smart as hell.
Got it.
This doesn't add up.
Also, I'm not done. I wish Bubba didn't die.
Same.
Of course.
I wish Bubba didn't die.
That's the worst part of the movie.
It's really sad.
Devastating.
Hi, Forrest. Hey, Bubba. It's a great.
That was good.
Great
Connor,
back
that
and
was
forth
good.
right
That
there.
was good.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked Bubba a lot. Lieutenant Dan dies, doesn't he?
No, he's alive. He just gets
Trade.
Yes. Yeah, that's a fair trade.
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. Oh shit, that's good.
Wait, time out. I have a mid tweet segment because Ryan Furr tweeted at me earlier saying, "Who are your 4 favorite all-time basketball players?"
4 all-time favorite basketball players. Should you start from 4 and go to 1, or what are we doing?
Just name them real quick.
Allen Iverson for sure.
Oh, that's a great one. I didn't even fucking think about him.
Allen Iverson for sure. I'd say Shaq because he's just the fucking man. Great logo he's got too. They're 2 players. Let's think about it.
We can come back to this.
I got my 4.
Let's hear him, Kyle.
Let's hear your 4. It might jar.
It's Steph Curry, Jason Williams, Jason Richardson, and Shaq.
I went Steph, Kobe, Melo, RJ Barrett.
Is Kobe actually one of your favorites, or is it because he just died?
No, I really like. See, it's tough because I really did like Kobe growing up, but then as I got older, it's like, yeah, he's kind of a dick. But then he died, and there was way too much dick sucking of his. Sorry to get graphic, but it just kind of happened. Like,
did you cry?
Did I cry? No, I didn't cry.
Well, then he can't be in your top 4. I'm sorry.
All right. I'll go Westbrook then. Fuck it. I love Westbrook.
Love that.
I'll go Westbrook.
I'm adding Klay Thompson to the mix, but actually it only happened after they lost and got hurt, to be honest. I liked him a lot, but whenever he announced that he was coming back to the Warriors and had the classic Leo as the tweet, I'm not fucking leaving, that started a nice trend, you know?
Yeah.
That got me on the wagon big time.
Love that.
And
Plays the man.
4th. Let's see here. I'm thinking of like a small. Actually, we're going Tracy McGrady.
Oh, Ward's 4th. Awesome. Ward's 4 is fucking great.
We're going.
Damn. All right, back to the movie segment. Okay. Sorry to get off.
No, that was good. Good little side rant.
Yeah, that was nice.
Thank you.
Good fun. So I'm up, huh?
Yeah, we're on 4.
You know what? This one I'm actually. I know we're supposed to be changing endings, but I'm breaking the rules on this one. This one was the movie that had the perfect ending, so we're just gonna leave it how it was. Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3.
Oh yeah, we have controversy.
Yeah,
Toy Story 3 was fantastic. I know Kyle probably has somewhere he wants all the toys to end up dying and getting burnt in that thing. But I love it. You know, you go from the bleakest of ends. I almost cried in the theater.
Can you see my phone?
No, we can't. I'm assuming it has something to do with Toy Story.
Is that Toy Story 3 as well?
Yeah, it says Toy Story 3, let them die. It was beautiful.
No way, dude. No way. It was perfect how it was.
So, the only case that I think I can convince other people on is it would save them from going off with little girl, which I kind of felt. I get passing it down to the next generation, but it also set us up for like 6 more Toy Story movies that I'm not going to appreciate the same way. Yeah, it's just them kind of like milking the money out of the most perfect franchise ever, and I think some things should just end whenever they're.
I would say it's most perfect because 2 is a little meh compared to the other 2.
I think. See, I want to be the 2 is underrated guy. It's clearly the worst one out of the 3, but it's still a 9 out of 10 movie.
Still great. Still fantastic.
It's not a 9 out of 10. I give it a 7.5.
Yeah, there's some parts, but the only issue. Okay, so I actually haven't even seen the 4th Toy Story, so that's.
Me and Kyle had an interesting experience.
We had a terrible experience.
Terrible experience. See, that's the thing, though. I didn't even kind of want to see it. It's kind of like an Anchorman 2 type of situation.
No,
the first 3 were like really, really good, and I didn't really want to ruin it. This isn't not saying that they're the same, but I didn't really want to ruin it with the 4th one because I knew it was a new girl. You know, Andy's not involved. I understand where you're coming from with that. But how 3 ended was fantastic. And if it was me, I wouldn't even have made another one. Like you said, they're kind of going after money.
Here's what happened with mine and Kyle's viewing experience.
Okay.
I hate this story.
The movie itself is good. It's a good movie. We couldn't like it as much as we did because there was this family of 3 that came in late. The kids were probably early 20s, and their dad, to put it
Grandpa. I think it was their grandpa. He was super old.
Regardless, he had mental issues going on. And they placed him right next to us, and they just ditched him and went right into the front row. And he was talking the entire fucking movie. Like, anytime a character would come up and be like, oh, it's Bullseye, oh, it's Woody. And then he would sing during the movie, and it was so infuriating.
Man, so he was sitting there by himself after the game?
Yes.
Just talking to himself.
Yes. Yep.
What a piece of garbage. I would have gotten up and moved. Was there not room to move?
No, packed theater.
Holding strong.
We were there first, so he should have moved.
And I think so. I don't really have a problem with like letting strangers in public places like know they're bound.
I don't either. For the record,
that was like one of the few times I was genuinely uncomfortable because like clearly like you guys shouldn't have fucking brought him. Like he clearly can't handle society of a movie theater. It's like bringing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as bringing a newborn in the movie theater. You're the one in the wrong.
Like, look, we're not saying he doesn't deserve basic human rights or anything like that. We're not assholes, but that was it ruined our movie going experience.
But he could have waited till the DVD came out.
Yeah.
That guy sounds like he sucks, so understandable.
All right, well, I'll see you guys all in hell. Kyle, what's your next movie?
Well, the Toy Story 3 one I thought would have incited a riot, so I was really excited for that.
I'm excited I brought it up. You're welcome.
Yeah. I guess one of the ones normally team like kill everybody in a movie just because it's a more finite end. I think we need to do that more, have some more sad endings. The one I didn't appreciate was John Travolta dying in Pulp Fiction. I thought that was a big...
Thought he should have lived.
Yeah, I thought he for sure should have lived. Like, he died in a dumb way where he just, like, left a gun out there and then they just shot him in the bathroom. And it's like, he was such a good character the whole time. He didn't even deserve to die.
Who'd you like more, him or Jules?
Jules, clearly. But John Travolta is, like, that's one of his best movies.
Very
but
good.
That's the best.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope there's a John Travolta comeback. I love John Travolta.
Yeah,
he's so fucking weird now, man.
Yeah, he's so fucking weird, dude.
I couldn't even tell you his last good movie. It actually might be Pulp Fiction.
He has like, it all started in 2012 whenever he did Hairspray, which was like a musical. He dressed.
Oh yeah, he dressed as a woman, didn't he?
Yeah. I think he dressed specifically as a drag queen, which is like even worse than dressing up as a woman. And then he got a new face, like completely plasticed up, and then he converted to Scientology. So I think he's actually gone forever.
What was that movie he was in with Hugh Jackman? What's that? That's probably his last good movie. I forget the name of it though.
All right, I'm looking this up real quick because I need to know now.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman is like he's like a computer. He like does computer. He hacks into computers and shit. And forget that Halle Berry shows her tits in it.
Swordfish.
I kind of want to see this movie now.
Oh yeah, it's a great scene. I would definitely highly recommend it.
Swordfish, 2001.
That's it. I highly recommend Swordfish. You see Halle Berry.
It has a 25% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I thought it was pretty good. Dude,
he found it on Mr. Skin.
Okay. I don't know how it has 25% if it has Halle Berry with her top off.
It's probably like
that at least makes it like 75%.
All right, that's just from Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Not bad. And 83% of Google users like this movie. So
we're also talking about Travolta as a lead here. Like you can't say he's made like a 9 out of 10. When has he ever made a 9 out of 10? We got to take it for what it is. A 7 is like a 10 out of 10 for a Travolta movie.
That's true.
So let's put Swordfish on the.
I'll give it a watch.
Give it a watch. It's just for Halle Berry. That's the only reason I would watch.
So we're on to our last movies. And this is kind of similar to the last one I had as far as what I would change. But The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
I thought it was absolute bullshit that Ariel turned her back on the entire sea, caused a whole hubbub, almost destroyed everything, and then just got to get the guy and like become a person. It's like, no, get your ass back in the sea. Like, you fucked up big time.
Yeah, life's not that easy.
Plus, Prince Eric almost left you. Granted, he was like under Ursula's spell or whatnot, but come on now.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
bullshit.
So, important broader point here. This is the inverse of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, where this doesn't prepare kids for real life. If this was any sort of realistic, to get the girl, Eric has to become the mermaid.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That is true. Like I would have to, like my bottom half would have to be a fish, and I'm not doing that, especially for a ginger.
Yeah. She's one of the hottest Disney princesses, Connor, by like a good bit.
That just reminds me.
No way. No way.
What?
Like Jasmine's clearly number one.
This could be a whole nother show here.
I mean, I would take Esmeralda over her easy.
Okay.
Meg from Hercules.
There's 3 right there. I'll go Cinderella. I'll go Cindy.
How dare you, dude? She's 1940s hot.
No, dude, Cindy is the Disney princess.
We were devolved as a human species dimension-wise back then. Ariel's from the 90s. She at least has current proportions.
As far as redheaded Disney princesses go, she's definitely hotter than the one from the movie Brave. I haven't seen that, but it's based off that Sarah Bareilles song, which
Yeah, well, that movie, that girl is like way younger than what's her name too, though. She's like a young girl, so I would hope you would think.
dude, here's the thing: all these
Fucking
Disney
pervert.
princesses are young as shit. Like, I bet Jasmine's like 16 and Ariel's like 14. They're all super young.
Connor,
They got some proportions that make them not seem young, I guess I would say.
I have a question. Was that a joke, or was the movie really based off that Sarah Bareilles song?
The two definitely go hand in hand. Like, the song may have been for the movie, but I don't know. I'm scared.
Okay.
Again, I haven't seen the movie. I'm not going to see the movie.
We'll look that up later. Which one came out first?
All right, Nigel. What's the last movie you're changing?
Okay, last movie I'm changing is a good movie, I'd say, and the ending, I just wanted to see more, and it's the Rocky movie. I want to see Rocky and Apollo Creed. I want to see the actual fight.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Or that's
So,
why you're on this program.
Add on the final fight scene between those two at some point.
He
I don't
wants
care
to
if
see
it's
it.
the end of the series or something. I need to see that fight. Damn it.
He wants to see it. I like that. I like that.
That is one of the biggest missed opportunities of all time, because like Carl Weathers is way too old now. Stallone's too old. Like they could do it just for clicks at this point, but they missed their window.
Yeah, but we need them both in their prime, man. It's like Pacquiao Mayweather. It had to be in its prime, and we got to see that happen in front of our eyes. So
See, that was like kind of past both their primes, and it was a little disappointing, just like this would
that's
be.
the part that sucks. That was so disappointing because neither of them were in it. So it's like you can't have Apollo Creed in Rocky fight now. Well, obviously Apollo Creed's dead, but you know.
As far as boxing movies goes, Creed, I know a lot of people would want to change that ending. No, I like that ending. I like that he lost. I think it was very fitting for the movie.
Yeah,
Builds character.
It did. All right, you're up, Kyle.
Well, I've gotten 2, maybe 3 of my movies poached, so I guess here, then we do have to kind of hash out the real Game of Thrones ending and what that should have been. And it's...
Okay, I'm down.
I think it's super simple. Like we talked about yesterday, how we didn't really hate the final season like everybody else did. So you can keep everything the same. It's just for no good reason they didn't give Jon the throne, just because Grey Worm had poop in his fucking pants at the end of the show. That's the only reason he didn't get it.
Jon either needed the throne or he needed to die. One or the other.
Right, sending him back to the Night's Watch is the worst thing you can do with that character.
When the Night's Watch is useless. Literally useless.
So he literally just went on one of the most epic 7-season journeys of all time just to land right back where he fucking started.
Yeah, that's
a boo. Like and like him being the arrogant Targaryen, that meant nothing. Literally meant nothing whatsoever. Nothing. Yeah. Like that was so pointless to even have that.
And fuck Bran.
I wanted Dany to have the throne. I was down with her being the bad bitch.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Bran should have died episode 1.
Yeah, that kid sucked. Kill them off.
Oh fuck! Even the White Walkers, man. Like why not just give them the fucking throne?
Yeah. Fuck, do something. But yeah, I agree with that Nightwalk bullshit.
Another issue I had after Arya killed the Night King, she was pretty much irrelevant to the final few episodes.
Yeah, that was like, I kind of like looked at the last season a little bit like that was her final chapter. The Hound had his final episode, and
I actually like that episode a lot.
I love that episode. That's one of the best episodes there is.
I thought that episode was really good.
Yes.
Like, people hated Danny going Mad Queen. I thought it was fucking awesome.
It was.
I thought it was fucking great. Like, why not just fuck everything up? And if they were gonna, they did kill her, but they maybe should have at least made it last a little longer, except for instead of the first 5 minutes of the series finale. Like, that was kind of bullshit.
Yep.
Like, they kill her instantly in that final episode.
So wait, is that the last movie we had?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Man, that went by quick.
I have a quick take though.
What's that?
Moral of changing endings is just kill more people. That's it.
No, it has to be the right people though.
Yeah,
yes.
It needs to be the right people.
I feel like we should all be consultants on movies, like when they're like, all right, which people need to die, and we'll point out which ones need to die.
Yep, I agree.
I think we'd be good at that.
Yep.
Okay, but my take of the day. This might not be popular with Pittsburgh viewers.
Uh-oh.
I think Jared Stidham's going to be good for the Pats.
I don't hate that take by any means.
And I kind of want him to be good too.
Just to prove that it's not all about Tom Brady.
No, I like Tom Brady. Like, I have no issue with him or Belichick. I don't know. I just like Jared Stidham. I like him at Auburn, and I hope he's okay.
So,
because if he's not, the Patriots are going to get Trevor Lawrence, and that's probably not a good thing.
Very true. I based my draft evaluations on bowl games that I bet on.
They smoked Purdue.
And is that who they played, Purdue?
Mm.
Auburn was like -9. And they
beat him by like 50.
It was an absolute bloodbath, and Jared Stidham was just stunting all over those fucking idiots that were I hated that Purdue team just because it's kind of fucked up, but I hated how they like manufactured that cancer kid for that whole season for like fake motivation.
Come on, man.
But I felt like it was so disingenuous to like what was actually going on.
Kyle,
and
who hurt
I'm
you?
just so happy to see
you, Kyle?
all over them.
No, it's true. I can see that. Like, they named the student entrance about them.
Yep.
Yeah, so R.I.P.
That was one of those that bothered me to my core. It was basically the movie Rudy, but he didn't get on the field.
No, I like him more than Rudy.
Yeah, Rudy. That was on my list.
Let me change Rudy too. He never makes the team.
Yeah, never makes the fucking team.
Never makes
dose of reality.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, you're talking about your dose of reality. That's it right there. He doesn't make the fucking team.
No. Okay.
I love that.
Try hard.
And Vince Vaughn wins the Heisman.
Yeah.
Bonus movie ending change. Friday Night Lights, they win. That's one of the movies that I wanted like a happy ending for.
Yeah, that one hurts. That one really hurts the core. You know, you felt like you lost with them.
Yes.
Here's actually a question though: who would have won in a game, Dallas Carter or remember the Titans? I think it's T.C. Williams. If they squared off, who wins?
People forget T.C. Williams is a triple option school, and that's really tough to prepare for. So I think I'm going to go T.C. Williams. I don't think there's any way they'd be able to stop that smash mouth style of play.
I think Dallas Carter runs up and down the field on them, and it's like 45-10.
Yeah, I could just see those guys like laying a lumber against.
They would kill him.
They're laying a lumber against the Sunshine.
I did like how their coach sucked on the lollipop on the sidelines. That was cool.
T.C. Williams takes the arrow of the ball, 10-7.
Man, just run.
They just play stifling defense.
Score and everything. Oh my god.
Did you see the 30 for 30 on Dallas Carter?
No, I did not.
It was good. They weren't actually as bad of a team as they were made out to be in Friday Night Lights.
I'm gonna have to give that one a watch.
It's good. I mean, they had some dudes like Rob Stores and shit, but I liked it. It was a good one. Odell Beckham's dad is in it. He wasn't on Dallas Carter, but they played against him.
Oh, okay, I got you.
His touchdown.
Connor, do you remember that one show? It was like 10 years before the Netflix show Last Chance U, but it was like a high school football super team that was supposed to be super sick.
Playmakers.
Is that it?
Like, that's not a high school team, it's a professional team where
it was like MTV or something, and they like followed around this Florida team, and
I remember what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
I can't think of the name either, but they were supposed to be so good. Like they like recruited players from all over the country. They're supposed to steamroll everybody, and they went like 7-5.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Not bad. I mean, it gets to the playoffs.
Gateway doesn't go 7-5.
Yeah. Well, how much they were making them up to be? Yeah, you're right. That's a shit.
I have to find the name of the show.
All right. We can fucking.
What do you think of What are your thoughts of Odell Beckham these days, Hazelton?
2-a-days.
That's it.
What are my thoughts on him? Kyle has sort of swayed me against liking Odell.
Okay.
The Browns are just a lame team. Like they're just not cool. I don't know. I still wish he was a Giant. Like I'd like to see him and Dan Jones cook, but he's gone now, so I don't know. Giants just stink. They're just a bad team. Like they're not.
I think if Dan Jones has a couple more weapons other than handed the ball off to Saquon, he could be better than Darnold.
I think they should trade Saquon.
Wow.
I'm very firm on that take. They could get some like decent draft compensation for him.
I don't. Have we talked about why I don't like Odell? It's kind of different than
because you think he's gay.
No, that's not.
No. Because he won't come out as gay. He won't come out as gay.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh my god. Okay, I knew it had.
That's okay. Sorry.
So,
folks, Kyle does not hate gay people.
So, it's actually the opposite. It's because he's so very clearly gay to me. Go ahead, back through the history. There's videos everywhere. Internet posts. He's for sure gay. He could have been the first superstar mega gay athlete of all time, and he shied away from the moment and backed down and just let gay people down everywhere.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, so fuck Odell Beckham. Josh Norman won that battle. It took him 2 years. Odell had like 2 good years after Josh Norman fell off the face of the earth, but Odell fell off the face of the earth too.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's not true. He had 1 good year after because Odell's first 3 years, he was fucking awesome. Got hurt year 4. Year 5 was still good, but didn't have the touchdown numbers. Then they traded him.
That was because of Eli.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So, but I mean, I still like Odell, but it's just
fuck the Browns, dude.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
I can't get behind him like I once did.
This year was pathetic. What I saw out of him on the field too, just like him, and it's like kind of funny on his part, kind of like sad.
Yeah, this year like really soured me. Not just like he's on the Browns, just like the watches and shit. Like I don't know.
See, normally I like people that like request trades. I think it's hilarious. Love chaos in sports. But I didn't appreciate him like going up to every sideline he was playing and being like, "Trade me."
Oh, see, I liked that. I was down with that. I'm going to disagree with you on there, Kyle.
Why would you want to be in Cleveland? I don't care what face you put on for it, dude.
He won't be there after this season. This will be his last year in Cleveland.
I think so, too.
If he makes it through the year, I don't even think he will.
No, yeah, this will be the last season at some point that he's playing on their team for sure. Though he's out of there.
Or do you
with
think
all that firepower, they're still gonna blow it.
Do you think Baker will be good this year?
He's a douchebag. No.
just he's a douchebag now. See, I don't know. I kind of buy back into Baker. this year a little. Not saying he'll be like a Pro Bowl or anything like that or leading the playoffs, but I just think last year was just so bad for him. I think it has to be better, or else he'll be out of the league.
I'm not going to have my own opinion on Baker, and I'm just going to follow whatever Colin Cowherd says because he was right to a T every single step of the way.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with Colin Cowherd on everything though. He's got some.
Baker's like the one thing he's been
That's like
ultra fucking right about.
Yeah, he has ultra
like
right about
like literally ultra fucking
to
right
a T.
about.
You're right, to a T.
Ward, who would scare you more if the Bengals if they drafted Burrow or Tua?
We talk about this all the time.
Oh, I don't know, man. Honestly, neither of them.
Wow! Whoa!
Neither one of them. Neither one of them. The Bengals are so poorly run, dude. Whoever you throw
that's
there,
fair. Okay.
it's not going to bode well.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta have the right team around you. You gotta have the right ownership with it. So, like, honestly, neither of them really scare me that much. Sure, take either one of them because they got a lot of other places that they suck at that they're gonna need to get better.
Apparently, in his draft meeting, Burrow told the Bengals to keep AJ Green, and I respect that move.
Oh yeah. Okay, I like that. I didn't hear about that. But.
It's like I'm putting my nuts on the table. You're gonna do what the fuck I say. I'm a rookie.
Yeah, that's hey. You know, but if I had to say one, it would be Burrow.
Oh,
so, Tua is
Burrow
shorter.
Guy. Yes, I like that, Ward.
So
Tua is shorter. He's got a fucked up hip now, which you don't know if he's ever gonna come back from.
Kyle, you don't like this Tua slander, do you?
No, so I'm a Tua guy through and through. I still have him ranked number 1 as quarterback, even if he takes a year off.
Yeah, but I like him going to the Dolphins more than I would like.
I like him to the Dolphins too.
I like him to the Dolphins way more than I would like seeing him in the Bengals. I just think the Bengals would misuse him and he'd get fucked up. But at the Dolphins, I don't know, it just seems like that'd be a good.
I like Brian Flores a lot.
I do. I like him too.
Yeah, that was one of my takes. I think if Joe Burrow ends up in Cincinnati, he ends up a bust.
I think if Burrow ends up, he's going to be like a fucking problem for the league. I think he'd be really good in Miami. I think the same for Tua too, but I think Burrow's upside right now because of Ward's previous points. I don't know, Kyle. I've kind of flipped back towards Burrow over Tua.
I'll stand strong on the right side of history over here. Don't worry about me.
It depends. I don't want Tua to go to the Chargers either. Fuck the Chargers. They don't deserve it.
Either.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any takes to like kind of wrap this up here? I have a segment to put Chris on the spot too. I'm really excited for.
Oh shit! Okay.
Let's do it. He has no takes.
You know what? I just want to say, that Ben Roethlisberger beard is just absolutely immaculate. And
all right.
He shouldn't shave until at least well into the season, if not after.
I don't know if it's a take. It's more fact.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. But, I saw this. I thought it was funny, at least. It was Joe Thornton and Big Ben next to each other on the screen. It said, who has the better beard? And then some guy replied, Joe Thornton, because he's not a rapist. And I thought that was very funny.
Nothing like a good rape.
And then you look at Big Ben after somebody says something like that. And you look at the picture. You're like, oh yeah, that guy definitely rapes.
That guy definitely rapes.
That's for sure.
Okay,
put me on the spot, Kyle.
Let's hear this segment, Kyle.
Give the listeners at home one golf tip for the day.
Oh, one golf tip for the day, huh? Let's see here. All right, chipping. You got to keep your weight on your left foot and do not let it sway backwards. Keep the weight on the left foot and you got to rotate through that. 90%.
What if you're a lefty?
Lefty, right foot. You got to have your weight on the front leg that you got to post on it. I want you to be able to basically lift up your back leg off the ground, and that's how you chip at all points in time.
Okay, I'm
don't
going
don't
to
move
go.
the shoulders like that though. Keep the shoulders like parallel to the ground, and now put the weight on that front foot, and then you got to rotate the body through that. Work on that. Work on balancing with rotating there. You'll get it.
Okay.
I'm going to go chip things around my living room for the next hour and practice.
Perfect time to do it. Perfect quarantine time to do it, dude.
Absolutely.
This was a good time. You're now a recurring guest. You have to come on whenever we ask you to.
Thank you
unless
very
you're
much.
busy.
I'd be delighted to. And
It was fun.
I'm gonna go watch all the other episodes of this.
Good man. Good man. All right.
I'm in.
Later, fellas.
Thanks, Chris. See you soon. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.